I went viral again. Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Denali. I'm a full-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and you can find me on Instagram as DUCHO Thrift, as well as TikTok, which plays heavily into what this video is about today. But if you're not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be, hit the button down below. And if you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up on your way out today. All right, so I went viral on TikTok again last night. I was hoping it would happen, but you know, like there's no guarantees in what could be possibly a viral video. However, I will say that selling inventory for a really great price, yeah, that'll make you go viral. Last night or yesterday evening, I posted a bunch of free people inventory for a killer price on TikTok, and the video did very well. I think it's over 100,000 views now at this point, and the orders were coming in rapid fire, maybe like 2 orders per minute at one point. So that's really exciting. And if you're not new to this channel, it is some of the free people inventory that I have had for a little while that I purchased through Liquidation, and I still have some. And so I am now liquidating it myself. So a lot of the pieces that I have are actually some of the most expensive pieces, which is kind of exciting to be able to offer to others. If you're curious, like, why are you liquidating your inventory? Well, also, like, if you're not new to my channel, you know this part. I am going to be moving my warehouse office location next spring, and so I'm downsizing. Things gotta go. I'm just trying to get the inventory sold off, recoup some of my costs. I've done well on what I have sold in the past, and so yeah, I'm good. We'll just say that. So some of the inventory that I'm selling is the most expensive piece. Let me just say that is this Free People leather dress, and you can't really see it in here. Maybe I'll insert a picture here, but the style is called like the Free People Goldie leather dress. It retailed for $300 because it's leather, and leather generally costs more. Yeah, it's a cute dress and actually would be great for New Year, so the timing on that is kind of awesome. I also have some overalls. I don't know where they are though. I grabbed a bunch of stuff to bring down to show you guys, and I thought I'd grab some overalls. Oh, here we go. They're short alls. So yeah, overalls, but they're cut off. They've got like a raw frayed hem here, and these retailed for $108 originally. I have a couple of skirts. I've got this one in this cream ivory color, and then also a lavender, and those retailed for $60. And then I've got a camisole. Anyways, if you go to my TikTok shop, you will see all of the stuff there. I'll also link the video down below here in case you want to just like go look, and you can shop directly from that video. And then I do have a couple more Free People items that I'm gonna add in, but I kind of wanted to pace it a little bit just to see how well the content would do. And I mentioned in my last video about going viral on TikTok that they're offering lots of coupons, free shipping, discounts, and all that stuff. And as the seller, it doesn't affect me. So I don't care how many coupons or how much of a discount people get, and they're getting some amazing discounts. Like for instance, so I'm selling all this for $15 a piece. I don't know if I said that yet. So it's a steal, $300 dress for $15. And some people's coupons will be like $10 off, $14 off, or whatever. So I'm seeing like $1 orders come through, and it doesn't affect me. I'm still getting my cut from TikTok out of that. So the fees, which I forgot to mention in my video last time, off the top of my head, I think it's 30 cents per transaction plus 2.9%, somewhere in the 2% range, which is competitive with places like PayPal and Shopify. It's actually less than what those platforms charge. So if it's not 2.9, whatever's less than those, yeah, that's what they charge. So it's pretty nominal, and they make shipping really simple. It's like Poshmark, you just click and print the label. It's great, and I do it in bulk, which is wonderful. How many orders did I get, you might be wondering? Well, I think at this point, because I printed out a batch of labels this morning, and that was, I think it was 65 orders. However, more orders have come in since then, so I feel confident that I'm over 70 at this point, so I'll need to go grab those. But my sales with the 65 orders, if I'm getting that correctly, were $1,409.19, if you want to get really particular there. And I did notice, which is great, is that some people ordered items that were just in my TikTok shop, not the items that I had previously mentioned. So I have just been loading inventory in there, and I noticed that some people bought some Free People items, and then they also bought some of the other like new with tag stuff that I have inside my store, which is exactly what I wanted. And I've been doing this deal a day thing that I can't remember if I mentioned in my last video, but I've been doing deal a day where I'm offering stuff for like blowout prices, right? Again, I'm just like liquidating stuff here. And so people have been taking advantage of it, and it's great. I'm really happy because they get a deal, I get to move the inventory, and everybody wins. I'm happy. So yes, okay. If you're curious about selling on TikTok shop, just something to know is that it does have to be new with tag inventory or new with tag items. And so how do you get those sort of items in bulk? Well, that's going to be getting likely Liquidation, or any place that you can buy new with tag items in bulk. Like, I guess you could from like an Alibaba or something like that if you wanted kind of like, I don't know, like smaller items, or I'm just thinking of places like Temu or yeah, Alibaba, AliExpress, all those sort of websites. Anyway, so you could order stuff from there, certainly. They do allow pre-owned items, but it is currently only for designer handbags. And it's like a special program that you have to be, I think, accepted into. Like, I'm sure there's some sort of verifying that they need to do there. So anyways, for me right now in my business, it's working out great. A lot of people have recommended that I go back to Whatnot or Poshmark live shows or that sort of stuff. I'm not even approved to sell on Poshmark live shows. You know, people always want to say like, oh, if you have an online presence, then you get all these special treatment from those platforms. No, I've not been approved to sell on Poshmark live. Nobody's reached out to me about it. I think I've like maybe inquired and they're like, take a number. So there's no special treatment. In case you think there is, no. I don't really have an interest in doing those live shows on those platforms. I prefer to sell the stuff on TikTok because it's working out great. It's a wider audience of maybe more buyers, whereas I felt like when I sold on Whatnot, it was a lot of resellers, which I'm a reseller too, but reseller to reseller means, you know, sometimes people just like don't want to pay anything for stuff, or like they want to pay a really low amount, which I get. I'm the same way. I'm trying to just find like the middle ground where I can like offer enough of a deal and make like a little bit of money for me. And yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Those who get it will get it. So let's pack some orders together. Okay, so the first order I have, this person ordered a pair of the short alls and then a leather dress, and they ordered them in a size 8 each. So is this an 8? Yes, I went and pre-pulled some inventory to just make my life easier, and I am sitting here on my mat, which you can't see, but there's a mat underneath me in the warehouse floor right now, and this one is also an 8. So we'll get these bagged up and then sent out in the mail today. I mean, easy peasy. Like I said, I don't have to weigh anything because you do input the weight when you are listing the new items onto the platform, so then it's just always calculating. What's nice too is that I did have a couple people who they ordered and then they ordered again, and when I went to print out the labels this morning, it allowed me to combine those shipments, you know, given that it was like the same shipping address. So that was nice. Yeah, they just make it really simple. I have no complaints so far about like the process over there. Give me time. I don't know, I'm also like not a picky person. I pride myself on like not being too picky on something. So, and yeah, so far I'm like not picky over there. Other than I wish, like I said, we could sell the, what's it called? The pre-owned inventory. But I'm hoping that will come with time. I think that they probably are just not familiar with that like demographic of people, like sellers or maybe like pre-owned inventory. First package, ready to go. Let's hope my mail carrier shows up today. You know, it's the holiday season, so I know they're really busy, but I haven't seen my mail carrier in about 2 weeks now, and I always get daily pickups. I don't know if they've been on vacation, because I know that for some mail carriers that they have to take their vacation in like a large amount, like a week or a couple of weeks. So I don't know if my mail carrier's just been on vacation and some, but whoever their sub is just like too overwhelmed or whatever the case is. So anyways, I haven't seen them in a while and I hope I see them today, but if not, I can just go to the post office and it's not the end of the world. Okay, so this person ordered 2 items. They got the dress and a pair of the short alls in a size 10. Where did I grab? I thought I brought everything down. Maybe I didn't bring everything down, you guys. That's funny if I didn't. Well, we'll set those orders to the side. Do all the ones that I did bring down. Oh, silly. Okay, so this one is a leather dress in a size 2. Because I don't want to stop recording. You know, now that I'm hitting my flow, and that's okay with me. You know, speaking about the warehouse, as I search for this size 2 dress, like I don't want to count my contracts before they're signed, my chickens before they're hatched. I'm just going to say this, guys. If you've watched my recent videos where I stress about my upcoming move this next spring, I'm just gonna say I'm not as stressed anymore. And I think that might tell you everything that you need to know. I'll talk about it more when I can talk about it more, but yeah, I don't want, you know, it's like I don't want to jinx anything just yet. So we'll just say, oh, I hit the phone. I am feeling relief, which is a really nice feeling. Now, my current stress is let's start, you know, liquidating the inventory, which is happening. Like I said, that's why I'm glad that the TikTok shop exists for me to do this. I mean, certainly there's other places, like I could send that stuff to ThredUp, but if, you know, in the quantities that I have it, they might actually reject some of the stuff and I might saturate my own self because if I sent in, you know, 50 of the same dress, right, when they go to price them, there's going to be too many of them in the same size, and so they're just not going to probably sell at the same rate, and so they're going to get priced lower because of that. Okay, I don't have the 2, what was it, the 2 or an 8 down here of the short hauls. Okay, we were skipping that. Then I was looking for the 2. The 2 is still upstairs too. It's funny, it's like I tried to plan this for myself, you guys. It's okay, I have all the 6s and 8s, so we'll be good there. Okay, so here's an order for 1 leather dress, size 6. I have to say it out loud so that I make sure I put the correct item in there. One time when I was like filming content, this was at my old office. I don't know if you guys remember when I was at the last office building, the second office that I moved into, not the first one. So it was that first little one that I moved into and then I moved out of, and then I moved back in and I went into a larger unit. Okay, if you remember that one, I was doing a video live and I was shipping and I finished and it was a ton of items, you guys, like so many. And I got to the end, I finished, I turned off my live and everything. And then I realized, I don't know how I realized, but I realized I like screwed up the shipping labels on like probably 20 or 30 items. And all I could do was laugh. Like I wanted to cry, laugh. But I mean, I was just like hilarious because it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like other than like fix it, you know, start fixing it. Don't whine, just start fixing it. Yeah, so ever since then, I've learned to be as aware as I can when I am shipping my items out because, you know, we've all done it, right? You send accidentally the wrong item. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's not fun, right? It's not fun for you. It's not fun for the buyer. It's not fun for the person who got the wrong item. Because, you know, sometimes you have to do that coordinating where you're like, here, I'll send you the label. Could you send it to this person? It's not fun. Let's call it what it is. It's not fun. Okay, this was another order for a size 6 dress. If you are one of the people who purchased from me on TikTok, let me just take a moment to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Go ahead and put the label there. I did have people asking questions like, where do you buy liquidation in bulk like that? Oh, here. Oh, but these are size 0. These are the short hauls. Where do you buy it in bulk? I mean, that's just a popular question I get in general when you order liquidation. And, you know, I like don't give out every source that I have. I have shared a lot of places that I've ordered from. But I always tell people everything, literally every answer that you want are on the first 2 pages of Google. Like if you've done that, then you're headed in the right direction. But there's like a saying, like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So at some point you have to like make the decision to take a chance and order from one of the websites that you find from. And you might find that it worked out well for you, or you might find that it kind of wasn't so great. So yeah, that's my best advice, is just try it out. Because unfortunately, like, the reality is like liquidation isn't for everyone. It's not sexy by any means. And I really don't do it at the rate that I was doing it a few years ago. I'm really picky about it now. And the costs are so insane at this point that I'm like, let people fight for, let people overpay for those pallets. The same pallets that I was paying like $2,000 and $3,000 for, I've seen people paying $11,000, $12,000, so on and so forth. Not that there's not value in them, but it's not what it used to be. So yeah, there's that. Okay, that person got a size 6. Put my little thank you sticker. Ta-da. Okay, what's next? We've got another size 6 order. Do I have another 6 down here? That's an 8. That's a 6. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else people asked. Where do you get the inventory, or like the inventory or liquidation from? How do you know what companies are good? I would recommend, you know, talking to other reseller friends that you have. If you don't have reseller friends, they exist in the world, and I highly recommend you start making them, which I know sounds daunting, but despite having an online presence, I'm actually a really big introvert, and it takes a lot for me to extrovert. And so going to reselling related events, especially when I was first starting out, was like so scary. Like I wanted to vomit every time that I would go to one, because it was so overwhelming and frightening for me. But I just sucked it up like a big kid, and I did it, and I was able to meet people who later became friends and colleagues, coworkers, all that sort of stuff, and people who I could ask questions to and bounce ideas off of. And so those people can be resources to you, or even if it all just stays and exists online, you can meet people that way, and they can help you and advise you and all that sort of stuff, which is really great. Okay, what's the next one? Size 8. So yeah, I recommend doing that. And then also, you know, watch reviews that exist online, because you'll see the good, the bad, and ugly. People will tell you, you know, even like I never try and be like too mean in my reviews if I don't like something, unless I feel like there was just like a total bait and switch. So, you know, read between the lines in people's reviews, right? When it gets to the end, would they purchase what they purchased again? That's something to pay attention to. I think there's value in, would you do this again? Have they done it again? There's also that. Did they only order from this person once and never follow up on it? Yeah, that's worth noting. So there's a lot of like detective work that you can do yourself, which is great, because then you don't have to talk to anybody. You just figure it out. And that's what I did for myself. I mean, I talked to a few people in the beginning, but then I just kind of started ordering, and I caught a good time, right? It was at the beginning of the pandemic, and when stores were closing and they had inventory that they were liquidating. I don't know that we'll ever see liquidation like that again. And so that's why I tell people, like, don't focus on what it was like then, because you won't really see that now necessarily. And yeah, so it was kind of a moment in time, but you know, if you were able to capitalize on that moment in time, then it may have been a great thing for you. But I think that repeats itself in many ways, because, right, there's always, something will always be new or a good opportunity, and you're not going to catch every good opportunity. There's been a lot of things that I've seen that it's like, oh wow, like I wish I would have started doing that when X, Y, and Z, right? You know, people who maybe sell on Whatnot and Poshmark live shows, and they started in the beginning and they've built up large audiences in that time. Awesome, that's great. They capitalized on a moment in time, and their businesses have done well because of that, because now they have like this large audience that, you know, maybe that all those people get like notifications every time they go live, all that sort of stuff. So you kind of just have to, sometimes, you know, you just have to put yourself out there to be able to, and be willing to take risks and chances to even get those opportunities sent in your direction. Well, they're not really sent in your direction. It's more like all the work that you do. Like, I don't believe in just that people are lucky. I think that, what do people say? It's like hard work plus something equals luck or something like that. Like, I don't believe in luck. It's hard work that leads you to opportunities that other people would deem you as being lucky, but the reality is they don't know. I mean, you know, right? People think having a small business, I hate these, is so simple and easy, but they don't see everything that goes on behind it. They just see, you know, the days that you get to sit at home and watch TV and just chill because you are your own boss, you know? I just want to double check that. I just had this thought where I was like, let me just make sure that nobody had like a quantity of 2. I don't want to miss that. Oh shoot, there was a quantity of 2. That was one of those orders right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back and open that. So yeah, so anyways, oh, and I need more thank you stickers. I think that's a sign, you guys. that's a sign right there that I need to go back and open one of those packages and get more thank you stickers. But thank you for hanging out with me during this little ship with me time and sharing in my other viral moment, which is really exciting. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. I have been trying to do the Vlogmas, but then between having to do all the shipping and everything like that, it's been a little overwhelming. So we'll just call this Denali Posts Often During December. Denali Posts Often During December. DPODD. DPOD? That sounds weird. There's got to be a better acronym for this. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.